The UNC Pembroke men's basketball team won its first Peach Belt Conference Tournament Championship in program history last weekend. The Braves defeated Columbus State 89-77 to earn the number 3 seed in the NCAA Tournament's Southeast Regional. We'll hear from head coach Ben Miller in a moment. UNCP Wrestling is in its final weekend as the Braves head to the national championships. Blaze Shade at 174 pounds and Mikey Thomas at 184 pounds are both competing in Birmingham. Results are available on uncpbraves.com. UNCP softball rattled off 10 straight wins before dropping a pair of games to Lander last weekend. We'll talk to head coach Brittany Bennett later on in the show. On the baseball diamond, the Black and Gold lost a weekend series at home against Columbus State last weekend. The Braves play their first road series this weekend in Augusta. UNCP Track and Field hosted the annual Braves Track Classic last week. Both the men's and women's teams finished first in their respective fields, winning a combined 16 events with 13 runner-up finishes. And UNCP women's golf competed at the Armstrong Pirate Invitational in Savannah, Georgia this week. Full results are available at uncpbraves.com. The Black and Gold Report starts now. Welcome to another episode of the Black and Gold Report presented by Pepsi, a show all about UNC Pembroke athletics. I'm Cameron Songer, and this week we talk to men's basketball head coach Ben Miller on the heels of his team's historic performance last weekend. Take a look. UNCP men's basketball coach Ben Miller after the Braves coming back from a very successful weekend, winning the first Peach Belt Conference Tournament Championship in program history. Coach, take us through that last game, an 89-77 win over Columbus State.
Well, Columbus State shot it really, really well the first half, as they had in the quarter or the semifinal game against Augusta. They shot 67% that game, 61 or 62 the first half against us, and we did have to make a few adjustments defensively, but just give them credit, they played really well, and our defense got a little bit better the second half. They may have worn down a little bit too, and fortunately we continued to score and get more stops and ended up with a great result.
The celebration after that game, a lot of things going through your mind. What were some of the first thoughts?
Just fun to watch those guys celebrate. It was neat. Obviously, it was amazing just to have a chance to have a share of the conference championship in the regular season, but to have a chance to do it again that weekend and get another championship and climb those ladders and see those guys celebrating, and that was something you always remember, and I think they will too. And it's a fun group to be around.
You got to sort of practice your net cutting technique a little bit. What were some of the things that'll stand out to you from that celebration, that post game?
Well, it's interesting because we did talk about that. Before the very first practice, we practiced climbing a ladder and cutting down the net. That's a old Jimmy Valvano trick. He did that with his team, and so. At the time, may have seemed a little bit corny, but I think it was something that we talked about throughout the year, and we hung that practice net up in the locker room as a reminder for what we were working for. And so just to see those guys work hard and get rewarded was really special.
Coming back from that game down in Greenwood, arriving back in Pembroke, we had a welcoming committee, a welcoming party. Talk about that return, that arrival back on campus.
Well, it was pretty cool because, we're driving, I think, through Roland or somewhere, and we actually had a police escort. And some of the guys were joking that maybe we were in trouble or something, but we told the guys it was actually an escort to lead us back into campus, and they were really amazed with that. And then the reception by a lot of fans that were here to greet the guys was really awesome. I got off the bus first and turn around and just watch our guys get off the bus and the smiles on their faces, and the appreciation from the fans, and just the reception was really special. The guys, I think, have really been proud to represent the university, the community, on the court, and it's fun to have a chance to keep playing.
Following up that return, there was the selection show surrounded by friends and family. How was it to watch that, knowing that your team was going to get a bid and trying to figure out exactly where that was going to be?
Well, a little more relaxed or comfortable, I guess, knowing that you're guaranteed a bid. I think we had felt pretty confident in 15 that we were going to get a bid, even though we didn't get the automatic. But to have that automatic bid makes it a little bit different, and to get a third seed in this region, which there's a lot of great basketball teams in this league, so to get a third seed was great. And I think also being in Charlotte is really exciting for our team and our fans, for family and people to be able to get to the games.
Looking ahead to that next game now, as the 3 seed, you'll take on Limestone. They're the Conference Carolinas champion. Can you give us a quick preview of what you expect to see out of the Saints?
Yeah, it's a very similar season to us. I mean, they won their regular season. Actually, I think they tied with Pfeiffer, so they shared it like we did, and then they won the tournament outright. So they've had a phenomenal season. They've had a good program for a long time. I guess as long as I've been at Pembroke, they've always been a contender in their league and in their region. So it'll be a great matchup. Two really good teams going at it this time of year. If you're still playing, you got a pretty good team.
If your team wins, you would continue on. Looking ahead, potentially Lincoln Memorial Queens, the top 2 teams in the region. Can you give us a breakdown of the rest of the regional tournament?
No, just Limestone. That's all we're focused on right now. If we're fortunate enough to play well and have a chance to stick around, then we'll worry about that after the Limestone game. But, just to have the excitement of going to a regional with so many great teams, obviously Limestone, but, other conference champions or tournament champions, it's just an honor to have a chance to keep playing.
Coach Ben Miller, thank you for joining us. Best of luck this weekend.
Thanks, Cam.
We need to take our first time out, but we'll be back with UNCP softball coach Brittany Bennett right after this.